How's it going, everyone? This is Luxeley, the man behind a microphone, keyboard, and mouse, wearing Green Lantern pajamas, but they're yellow because laundry is hard. I'm in Battle for Gilneas, a place I've probably been a visitor of, probably about 1,700. Hey, guys, you want to join my come sub to my YouTube channel, guys. Guys, come sub, please. Come sub. Come sub. They're not listening. They don't care. They have one thing on mind. Waterworks, 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 waterworks. They're very focused. I don't want to take away from their focus. I really want them to just, that was hard. Look, guys, we got waterworks. That was really hard. Nobody was there. We just took it. No problem. This particular BG, if it wasn't for Isle of Conquest and Strand of the Ancients, I would hate this place. I really do. Especially in an RBG scenario. If you don't get 2 bases out of the gate in an RBG, it's not impossible to come back, but it is very, very difficult to do so. And even in a regular BG, that's the case. But you always have somebody who boffs up the rules, and messes things up. Like here's this poor hunter. He's all by himself. Well, he's got a feral with him, but looks like we're in a 3v2 here. Oh, there's another feral. They always pop up because they can be invisible. Anyway. I was thinking, like, why would we even care about having Gilneas? The whole place is polluted. It's been bombarded by the plague, by all kinds of chemical warfare from the undead. Why would we want it? I still love Gilneas. It is my favorite city. Wergen are my favorite characters. Leave it in the comments. What is your favorite city, and what is your favorite race in the game, and why? Why I like Wergen, I don't know. They just introduced some kind of viciousness that the pretty cute little alliance lacked. So I really, really like that, even though their racials are pretty terrible compared to anyone else. Although, I am seriously considering creating a Wergen priest just simply because of the Wergen racial. The extra crit would help with those Mind Blast stones, provided they're still there in Legion, if and when Legion comes out, which we really can't expect that to happen for at least 8 to 10 months at this point. More like 10 months, but still, I think that extra crit goes a long way for a Shadow Priest, especially the way Shadow Priests are right here, right now. And that speed boost every 2 minutes means that I can spec into Phantasm without the speed boost, and then get the extra 15% speed boost, which used to be higher. I could have sworn it was higher than 15%. But 15% from the levitate, plus what's in my cloak. I mean, that'll give me a total speed boost of about 45%, because it does stack. I'm pretty sure it does stack. So that's that's enough speed to get away and still have Phantasm. And yes, you can only use it once every 2 minutes, but I think that is a very, very viable way of speccing a Shadow Priest. Probably the most viable way is just to be a gnome, but I'm not a fan of gnomes. I'm sorry, little guys. I'm just not. I mean, I definitely can't play a melee gnome because they're very low dynamic. So thanks for playing, Mr. Feral. They're just... Oh, there's another feral I gotta kill. Or is he a feral? No, I think he's a... Yeah, how could he be a feral? He's in his boomkin form. Oh, is he dead? He's dead. And they got a rogue on me. I swear to God, there's only like 2 kinds of rogues. There's either really good rogues or really bad rogues. I never see like an average rogue. There's always like, they're either really good or really bad. I fall in the really bad category pretty much also with every melee that you could possibly find out there. I'm not good at melee. It's just not my thing. And where's this guy going? He doesn't know what he's doing. That's why he's dead. Thanks for playing. Well, we're firmly in the lead. We have 2 bases to their 1, and we're up probably by a 3-to-1 ratio. And soon we'll be just hemming them in and camping them in the graveyard, which people will say, like, well, actually, why do you do that? There's no fair. Why do you do that? Listen, when I played this game back in Wrath of the Lich King, when I didn't know what I was doing, and I admittedly so had no clue what I was doing, although I did think I knew what I was doing, I didn't know what I was doing. I would just follow some guy, and that guy was probably just following a bot, because he didn't know what he was doing either. And I would applaud myself if I went, say, 4 killing blows and 6 deaths. I mean, that was a good BG for me back in Wrath of the Lich King. And there were times people would kill me, and they would laugh at me, and they would teabag me, and over and over and over again, World PvP, BGs, you name it. I just left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, it's that whole concept of being in high school or being in college and having to go through those rites of initiation that you go through when you're a freshman. I don't know if it's still like that in school. Leave it in the comments if it is. If you're in high school and you're a freshman, do you get abused by the seniors or the juniors who are just kind of passing their initiatory rights towards you and doing different things? But I mean, that is kind of the case in bigger colleges where there are fraternities, et cetera, et cetera. And you know, that's what happened. It's like being abused as a puppy, and then all of a sudden you hate other dogs because you're abused by another dog when you're a puppy. So the bottom line is, I don't care. I don't care how bad they are. I'll take advantage of it. I will kill them 10, 20 times if I have to. I'm just, I was just outright abused. I hated Blood Elves for so goddamn long. It was pathetic because there would just always be some Blood Elf Paladin who just owned me in World PvP, where I just could not do a thing as a Warlock. I mean, just, I was dead, and he was just standing there laughing in my face. That doesn't happen anymore. Sure, I get teabagged. Sure, people laugh at me, but usually they're celebrating that they beat me in a 3v1, not a 1v1. Very rare does that happen. And if it does happen, that guy's pretty damn talented. And I'm going to tip my hat to him because he deserves it. Because I'm not a bad player. And I'm not a great player, but I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. If you could beat me in a 1v1 and you want to, you know, teabag or laugh or whatever, chances are you've earned it. Because I'm going to give you a hell of a fight. And whatever. But it just drives me crazy when people start to celebrate when they had a healer and they had a warrior and it was a 3v1 and they beat you. And like, yeah, I'm a champ. I'm the champ. I'm king of the hill. Yes, give me a gold star for the refrigerator. I deserve a free subscription. I'm awesome at this game. Yeah, you and your other two buddies, you could split your 1 month subscription. Just the way I feel. It's the way I feel. I mean, if there's a guy in a BG, like I was doing a BG just the other day, and there were these 3 people that were bickering in trade chat, in instance chat, you know what I mean, and they're bickering like, oh, you suck, no, you suck, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, I'm like, top damage, top kills. No one's even in the same realm as me as far as damage and kills are concerned, and these guys are bickering over who's worse and who's bad and blah, 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 blah. All right, whatever. I'm not getting mixed up in that in any way, but my point is, you don't have a right to complain unless your actions are louder than your words. If you're top damage in a BG and you want to be a douchebag and a dick and rip into everybody who's undergeared or underperforming for whatever reason, for all you know, they could have a screaming baby in their face and they have to change a diaper while they're playing the game. Or they could be a 10-year-old kid for all you know, and their reaction time and understanding of the game is certainly not as good as someone who's double their age. And those are two probable realities. You never know what's on the other end of the microphone. You never know what's on the other keyboard, across on the other computer. You never know. It could be some like amazingly hot blonde that you're teabagging and calling a douchebag. You know, and meanwhile, if you saw this person in real life, you would just forget English altogether. You'd be like, you know, I translate that to you, but this would be, you know, deviating from that PG-13 rating to that X rating, and I don't want to do that. But this isn't really much of a challenge. Yes, we're down 2 bases to 1, but we're also up by close to 1,000 points, and we're hemmed them in at the graveyard. Somebody will eventually cap one of those for us, and we'll be okay. But yeah, this is just a graveyard camp, and we're just roasting marshmallows, having a good time, singing campfire songs. That's what we're doing, you know. But my point that I was trying to make before is that if you want to speak out, if you want to call people out, you just better be 100% sure that you're at the top of the charts and you're the guy delivering on your team. You gotta, I mean, and the only way you could quantify that is by what everyone can see, which is damage and kills or heals, etc., etc. You know, you could, or even just if you see someone has like 5 flag returns, that's outrageously great. So you can't argue that. But in some BGs, you don't really know a lot of the intangibles and nuances that people do in order to, you know, progress the objectives and achieve the objectives in a particular battleground. A lot of times you don't know. It's not always about damage, but damage is the one and only thing that people can have in common, take a look at and see. And if you're going to start bitching at other players for whatever reason, you just better be sure that you're at the top of the charts and your actions speak louder than your words. That's just the way I feel. You want to be a douche and you want to do it, fine, that's okay. But just be sure that your action... Did I say that already? Yeah, I'm getting redundant. So is this graveyard camping getting redundant. Battle for Gilneas, or Battle for the Graveyard. Yeah, we're in a firm lead. Now we just recapped mines, so we should be getting 2 to their 1 base, which means that, yeah, 2 versus 1 is better, especially when you're up by a solid 800 points or so. Yeah, we're going to win. I got a good feeling we're going to win. But this is just a rout, and it's kind of Blizzard's. I blame it on Blizzard just because why not let them be the scapegoat? Why not? Better than pointing the finger at anybody else and just, it's Blizzard's fault. You know, why is it snowing? It's Blizzard's fault. I understand it's snowing. Why are there snow? It's Blizzard's fault. Whenever it snows, it's Blizzard's fault. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. Dead Boomkin, thanks for playing, Mr. Troll. Thanks for playing, Mr. Hunter. Two trolls I killed. 2 trolls. Troll Hunter and a Troll Boomkin. Now they're rezzing again, and guess who's right on target? See, I'm not the only one who gets this whole graveyard camping thing. And I was on the other end of this. And you would think that I'd be sympathetic towards it, but I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know people go to WoW Hell for this. But, I mean, I've experienced WoW Hell. It's called Warlords of Draenor PvP. But, oh my god, look at that Paladin. I think that's a Paladin. I can't see. Yeah, there you go. Damage-wise, I did better, but he got more kills than me. He did really, really well with the kills. Kudos to you, sir. This is Luxley saying whatever it is by you, morning, afternoon, or night. Be sure to make it 100% great. Luxley out.